everyone for some more Phoenix Wright Justice for All, and we are continuing the investigation to find out exactly what's going on in the case against Matt Ongard. And last time we ended on a transceiver call from Shelly the Killer, and there was some major interference going on with the transceiver, so we didn't get to hear from Maya, unfortunately. But before we continue on, I hope you guys have an awesome day so far. I hope you guys doing well. So, without further ado, let's continue the investigation. March 22nd, Wright & Company Law Offices. Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner, excuse me. That's nice. Thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops, look like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've got to be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Oh. I need to present this. The radio transceiver. The transceiver. Oh, Mr. Nick! You should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? It's like when you use... Yeah. It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about. She seems amazingly happy about being able to understand this. So the room you were in when an interference to the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like... like a listening device or something. Ah! Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Korea's room, the scene of the murder! What? That's it, I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal? Wait, Gumshoe? Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! We should be going too, Mr. Nick! Alright, let's go. Okay, we are going to go to Kurita's room. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Kurita's hotel room. Hey, you're finally here, pal. So sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal, then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean, so yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. Didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. What is this? Is a bug sweeper? Looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Ah, see, this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity, so it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Oh, well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl. Right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're gonna find it, right? Right, now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press the A button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's gonna give off radio waves, so let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean? No, not yet, but this bear has eyes. Let's see. Perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found a device to me, pal. Let's take this big fella's eye out and see what we've got. No, you can't! Such a violent act! Oomph. No! It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. What a emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff? So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, which comes in with a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside it is somewhere else. Somewhere else? The footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. Spy camera added a court record, set to record the victim's room from 8 PM for 1 hour, was running at time of murder. So, what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. Looks like it's attached to a small, clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep. Let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 PM and go for 1 hour. 8 PM? That was the time the awards ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. And Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe... Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. Transmitter added to the court record changes the footage taken by the spy camera to radio waves and transmits the data. So there was a camera in this bear's eye! And it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was there on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Kurita this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way you can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent on almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh! Is there really no way to find out? Stuffed Bear added the court record. The spy camera was set in its right eye, found in the victim's room. I got it! But what? Hey pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. But what are you gonna do? I'm gonna go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible, I mean, it's already 9 PM. Leave it to me, even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Spy camera and transmitter given to Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. He's gone. Yeah. But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard all for Mr. Meyer's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, Ray. Ah! Should I say, ah? You'll have to excuse me, I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I see, thanks. Don't thank me yet, we still have to find her. So there was a spy camera hidden inside the stuffed animal, huh? You're one lucky man, Ray. Do you know the stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade and only a small number of these are exported here. But what? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 PM. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you'll have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear snatched up by Edgeworth. See you soon, Ray. Well, wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, Ray, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Kurita? The real killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Ray. Everything begins with the truth. Juan Kurita's real killer. Miss Andrews' past. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal from Mr. Ongard. And this card, Shelly the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. Says to be continued, but we are going to continue on here in this investigation. I'll go ahead and save. March 22nd, 9:14 PM, Gatewater Hotel, Corritos Hotel Room. We are still here. It's past 9 PM already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right! So the real person who killed Mr. Kurita was... that assassin, Mr. Shelly the Killer, right? And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood, but whoever this client is, they're still a killer. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then... No, it can't be.
Matt Arngard himself?
Mr. Arngard really did hire the assassin.
Then he is not innocent at all. Far from it.
But it can't be Mr. Arngard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him...
Mr. Arngard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Kurita? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Kurita, okay? I didn't see any psyche locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, girls? One had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was gonna make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Mr. Arngard's secret? Well, what is his secret?
I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Kurita was going to reveal his secret. That means Mr. Arngard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Kurita silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Arngard. There's no way around it now. Okay. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, hallway.
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of the secret Mr. Kurita held about Mr. Arngard. And Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are the two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, girls. Don't you worry. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Oh no. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgypoo, so... Edgeworth. And he said... If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm gonna feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know. There's Cat's Poor One in the middle of a scandalous meeting.
Scandalous? What's that?
It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews. But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Kurita. I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. There's that obnoxious puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as she wouldn't want to see it for myself, too. Wow, that alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard.
That manager? Who are you talking about?
You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you talk about Miss Celeste's impact. Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know. But married? You mean to Mr. Kurita? Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after the marriage announcement. 3 days after the marriage announcement? What in the...
Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was gonna get married.
Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by one. What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right?
They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, one suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines.
But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself. How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
Okay. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department.
It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Arngard's lawyer, right? Ah, yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Arngard case? We're taking a witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Well, who is this witness?
Think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
But Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did. Even though visiting hours are long over at a detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go.
What?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick!
Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. We're gonna go to the detention center. March 22nd, detention center, visitors room. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Arngard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? I think I want to hear Matt Arngard first. Dude, it's Mr. Wright! I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Arngard. What's wrong? Mr. Arngard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kinda different. You're totally not like the usual lawyer dude self. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as a nickel samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. Looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Could you please fill me on what the secret is, please? Oh, now we got the psyche locks. And we got 5. I knew this was coming.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me!
Psyche locks. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Do you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. Oh, but I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager. And Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impax's suicide note from him. Celeste. Does that jog any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick? What's a pizza? Is it kind of a pea like green please?
Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Unger, are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide in some way? March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. Mr. Powers? What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm gonna testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with a detective until a little while ago when I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I could see how they thought you looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet, but it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya and myself are the only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is gonna do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. He's been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who wouldn't swoon over him. His manager, you know. Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Hey there, Pele. You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in the world have this dazzling sort of image, right? Dazzling sort of image, but aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impact's?
We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Ray, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin is practically glowing electricity. I wonder if that's supposed to be a Blanca from Street Fighter reference. Hey, so, have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad to Mr. Kurita?
Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. Truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Kurita by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide a suicide note. I see, well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Ongard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Okay, we are gonna go back to the detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? We heard from Ongard, so I might as well hear from Andrews. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was mad. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about the secret Mr. Kurita had on Mr. Ongard. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and talk. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ongard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ongard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste Impax. I had finally put her death behind me, and now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide, and it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it, but why? I didn't want it spread like just another piece of gossip, but I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. The suicide note, I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ongard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police?
But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death.
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh?
Did you say something just now?
And there's one psych lock. A psyche lock, huh? Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer, to be honest. You're more like my enemy.
But...
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say... revenge. Oh, she sure did. And with that, I am going to end the episode here. The next time I see you guys, hopefully we will be putting a conclusion to this investigation. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. And I'll be seeing you guys again next time.